Thank you for staying with us. All right, so I'll focus on you, Simidele. What can be done to drive the much-needed policy assessment in the country? And for Tokumbo, which would be coming, you'd also be talking about still on this stretch, in terms of the multiplicity of taxes as well. All right, so let's have it.
When we talk about policies are actually being controlled in NAFDAC by the Federal Ministry of Health. What we do is to regulate and control the importation, manufacture, exportation, advertisement, sale and use of food, drugs, cosmetics, medical devices, packaged water, chemicals, and detergents. And what we do is to ensure that the information is out there. And how do we get the information out there? The very critical tool that you can use now is the website. Everything that we do in NAFDAC is domiciled on our website, www.nafdac.gov.ng. If you go to the homepage, you'll see everything that has to do with food, drugs, cosmetics. Under industry, under services, they're all written there. But apart from going to the web page, because of course we know not everybody uses the internet, we have a lot of meetings with stakeholders. We have a lot of awareness campaigns via going into the streets or printing leaflets, just to create awareness on the activities that we carry out in NAFDAC. So we engage a lot in stakeholder meetings and awareness campaigns. So when there's any controversy like we had recently with the hike in tariff, we ensure that we sit down together at the round table to come to a consensus on the way going forward. So yes, a lot of means are being used to disseminate information on the activities that happens in the agency.
All right, Tokumbo, let's talk a bit about the multiplicity of taxes.
Okay, now multiplicity of taxes, in the technical way, refers to a situation where a particular tax base, that is the income or revenue, is subjected to tax by different tax authorities. Now what we have in Nigeria is that we have 3 tiers of government: the federal, the state, and the local government. To ease and avoid this multiplicity of taxes as we know it, what the Federal Ministry of Finance and the Joint Tax Board has done is that we have an approved list of taxes that specifies what can be taxed at the federal level through FRS, what can be taxed at the state level through LRS, for Lagos, LRS for Lagos, IRS in other states, and then of course at the various local governments. Anything outside the approved list is not allowed and it is illegal. However, the challenge we have is that most people are not aware of this, and now some non-state agents, that's what I call them, take on the advantage of the ignorance of people to maybe exploit them. Now, that does not take anything away from the fact that sometimes people mistake levies and rates for taxes. Levies is quite different from taxes, and then the rates that you pay for using certain services are also different from taxes. We need to understand all these things for us to have a good understanding of it. For us in Lagos, we do not have and we do not allow multiplicity of taxes. That's what we do at the state's Internal Revenue Service. And we've had instances where some people have written to us and we have provided clarification. We actually have in place a standing team, which is called the Tax Enlightenment and Education Team, that does that on a daily basis. The thing has been replicated at the federal level called FIT, and every opportunity that we have at JTB, we try as much as possible to bring in people from the MSMEs, the NASME, and they are always invited so that we can also provide further clarification. That's the situation we have. That the list on the approved list is quite long, that much I will admit. It's about 52, and effort is being made to actually harmonize that, and both at the federal level, and also it's something also we are looking at the state level. I'll provide further details maybe as the program progresses.
All right then. Let's come to you, Teresa.
Yeah.
Would you agree with the school of thought that we still operate an unregulated environment?
Yeah, that's I will have to agree with, because fine, they all the regulatory bodies are doing their job fine. They have all the tenets put in place, all their regulations are put in place fine. Even we're discussing it outside when we're talking, him and I, that, well, they've done their part, but really it's not affected.
Implementation.
Implementation is for more or less, I don't know if it's, maybe it's, I won't say it's zero, but let me say, so that's absolutely true, because I am an entrepreneur and I know what I've gone through. You understand? If I talk about NAFDAC, I've had it with NAFDAC up to here. You understand? So that I had to stop. I had to stop my business for a while and move into other things. That's to tell you how, you know, the environment is actually, you know, dealing with SMEs, MSME, and the rest. Because the rules are not explicit enough. The rules are, because I was in EDC, they gave us all the rules. I was happy. Cottage industry, yes, just a kitchen and a store. Fine, I got everything ready. When I put all the documentation in place and everything, apart from getting to NAFDAC and so many touts and agencies blocking, agents blocking you at the gate. Even gateman will block you and tell you, I am an agent, you talk to me. So those things have, yes, so those things have to be, you know, nipped in the bud and let it not happen again. I'm glad there's a website now and things are now explicit, but since 2014, it's not been an easy, you know, journey for me, and I had to stop. Even recently, I just heard again there's a hike in price. Even though I have paid up to an extent, then they came to my house to check my facility and told me zero, it's not possible. So I had to go back again, start looking for funds. Normally we are looking for funds, bank will not give to you, then I have to go and build something separate. So I started from the scratch again. So how long, then how can we get this economy better if I'm still rebuilding for the past 6 years because of the regulatory bodies that are not explicit enough for us? They should be on apps, there's social media, things should be easily accessible. I'm glad he told me that a tax is going on app very soon, which I said fine, so I can pay my tax from my bedroom.
A lot easier for business owners.
Business owners, and it's clear which is federal, which is state, so I know where I need to, where I belong to.
Yes.
You understand? And I'm glad NAFDAC has improved as well, so I can go, and the website is effective, ma.
Yes, it is.
Because you know we have a lot of.
It should be a good time to just bring you in. So I think you should speak for NAFDAC.
And the challenge she had,
of course,
I apologize for, but we were speaking just before the program started, and she said this happened in 2014, I think. Yeah. And I told her, well, since 2016, we had started making the website more robust. But as I speak to you now, you know, I spoke about the website earlier. I said it's www.nafdac.gov.ng. Okay. And on the homepage, we have all the classes of products. We have food, cosmetics, chemicals, herbal, and things like that. She said she had a cosmetic product, and I said she should go to herbal and cosmetics. At the right-hand side, you will see e-registration. Okay. You know, e-registration where you could click on, and it will take you to a registration.nafdac.gov.ng where you could apply electronically, and it will even tell you how much you're going to pay, and you would pay on the platform there. But apart from
online.
Yes, you pay online, via remitter and things like that. Okay. But apart from paying online, there's also the requirements. If you go under regulations, it will give the regulations for your cosmetics. If you also go under the guidelines, it will tell you the guidelines for the micro scheme, for the small scheme. It will tell you if you want to import your products, if it's a cosmetics or a herbal, or if you know, it will give you the procedures and the classes. So it's easy to manage now. Seamless because process. Yes, everything is written there on the platform.
Thank you so much for that. I'll look forward to getting my.
Just like
I'm sure this is a very important.
That's why I'm not out there. I just do things within my space, and I'm not out there. I want to scale up, but I can't scale up because I know there's a regulatory body I need to at least, you know, talk to and put me on that space. Right now, I can't go to shops because I don't want shops to be closed down. Yeah. I know the rules, but it's only me that I know. Some people don't even know. They do it underneath and sell around, but I don't know what we're putting out there. So I think we should really get to the grassroots and help all these micro, you know, all these MSMEs. So that, because
I'm definitely sure it's not just.
Because I'm opportunity to even have all this access to this information. Some of them don't even have it. They're not educated to that level. Online, they'll say what is online, and they want to grow their businesses too. And we are the economy of our country. So how do we expand?
Babajide, do you have anything to say regarding this?
Well, as for that, I want to say it's about the the executor and those, operating. Sometimes, the operators too are sometimes it's not that cumbersome. Some are cumbersome, some are not. Because you see my office, I said we are the most friendly, organization to SMEs. Why? Because our registration is very simple, and then it costs 13,500 to register with us. So people still cry. Why? Where? I understand. If you want to run a business, honestly, there are things you must do, and you must do right. So regulation, the followers too should just look at things and do it rightly. And you want to do, we have told you, if you cannot do limited, do cooperative. We register cooperative. You must not do alone. But there is a problem in this country. Everyone will be CEO. So the more you want to be CEO, honestly, I'm not against that, but follow the rules. But you can come together and be a multi-CEO. Cooperatives, the more the merrier. You might need 50 million. If you have 50, you do 1 million. Honestly, you get there.
Yeah.
So that's what we encourage in our place. That look, after teaching you on the basics of export, why don't you come together and do things jointly so that the fund will be there? Because if you start business and you started borrowing, I think you will not. You'll be paying interest forever. But if you can come together, pull resources together, you'll be able to have muscle and strength to follow the procedure, because procedures are key, which majority of the SMEs are not willing to do. Trust me. Sometimes it's not as terrible as they claim, but the procedure of how will I start? Some people will come and say, okay, bring it to your office, 24 hours you get it, and they have it.
All right, but Tokunbo, let's get back to you finally before we wrap this up. What is the LIRS doing in order to make this process seamless for business owners? Yeah,
essentially what we have done is that even from the beginning of this year, we have made, because ideally you are supposed to register your business to formalize it. That's, you do it at, what we had before is a manual registration and what have you. All these ones we have now done, we can do electronically. You can file your returns electronically. In fact, this year, what we did was we didn't allow people to file manually until we had to extend some time, because some people said they didn't have access to IT facilities, which we provided at our tax stations. But because we now realize that not everybody actually is that IT savvy, we had to open it up to allow for this manual thing. So we have made it's much easier for people to do. You can file your returns, you can pay online, you can get your assessment also online. So life becomes easier for everyone. And then also we have a very robust website that gives you all the information that you need to know about the taxes that is due to the states. Okay. Do you get, so that nobody can come to you and bamboozle you and try to extort anything from you. And also, going forward, we're going to go live next month after integration with JTB tax identification number, which will happen on July 1st in Abuja. So we will have an integrated tax admin system, which we are launching, and it will affect each and every taxpayer resident in Lagos. So
unfortunately, that's all we can take for now. We are out of time. But thank you very much for joining me in the studio today. All right, well, that has definitely been a solution-driven discourse. You would agree with me. I can only imagine our panelists and contributors have provided a lot more clarity and inspiration for those of us in the micro, small, and medium enterprises space, where at the close of this information-packed session, we even managed to throw in an extra 30 minutes, of course. However, it almost feels criminal to wait till next year for the next one. Please take advantage of the resource provided here by watching our uploads on plustvafrica.com, and check us out on our Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook address, which is Plus TV Africa. Also, you can access all the materials generated here on Leapworld social media handles, which was a platform that collaborated with us. All that remains is to thank my astute guests, co-hosts, co-anchor, and you as well, my viewers, for being a part of our celebration of the United Nations MSME Day 2019. Do you have a good day? Bye.